Okay, so in this chapter we're going to continue probability, but we're going to look at it in a slightly different way than we did previously. So before we were calculating basic probabilities of single events. Now what we're going to be moving to is trying to organize probabilities in and try to capture all of the probabilities in one representation, whether that be a chart or a graph. In this chapter, most of them are going to show up in the forms of a chart. So let's talk about discrete probability distributions. So given a well-defined random procedure, a random variable is the letter that takes on the set of possible different values determined by chance. Each value is associated with a probability and is represented by x. So I'm going to go up and talk about these ones up here, but and what the requirements of a probability distribution are. But let's take a second and just understand a basic probability distribution. So here, the example for a random variable distribution is rolling a six-sided die. And you can see right here, we have all on the left-hand side, we have all of the possible outcomes when I roll a six-sided die. I can get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Again, remember, discrete means whole countable numbers, and you can see that these are, in fact, whole countable numbers. You're either going to get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And then you see on the left, this column on the right-hand side, these are all of the probabilities of any given situation. So this one, the probability of rolling a 1 is 1 out of 6, right? And so on and so forth. So x is going to vary depending on the probability. So this is just really a chart that kind of nicely organizes all of the probabilities that are possible in one event into a nice table. So let's go back up and let's talk about the requirements of a probability distribution. So each p of x, so all of the probabilities in this column need to be between 0 and 1. And then the other thing is I have to have all of the possible probabilities in this chart. So when I add those p of x values up, they should be equal to 1. Or again, if we were to write that as a percentage, it would be 100%. But most of the time when they're in the distribution, they're going to be written as a decimal or a fraction. So if you take a second and think about if I 1 out of 6 and add 1 out of 6 and add 1 out of 6 and add 1 out of 6 and 1 out of 6 and 1 out of 6, we're going to get 6 out of 6, which is equal to 1. What this is telling you is that we have 100% of the probability here. Now what's nice about this? What's great about a probability distribution is I can say something like, what's the probability of getting, let's say, bigger than 3, or rolling higher than a 3, I guess is what we would say. Well, what we would do is we would just look, these are the values that are higher than 3. These are the probabilities that are higher than 3. We would add those together. We would get 3 out of 6, or 1/2. So it's kind of a nice way. I don't have to think about each individual event separately because they're all nice and organized within the table for me.